Hey everybody, Tom here. Welcome back to Project Chair. This is going to be a shorty. Last evening we finished up the taking the clamps off and seeing how our glue worked out, and I am just still so pleased with that. I don't know what to do with myself. But thinking about it through the night, just a couple, since I have committed to full-on restoration at this point, since the repair seemed to go so good. So there was a few little things I wanted to tweak. One of them, I'm gonna try to enlarge this a little bit. Okay, all right. One of the things that was bothering me was this crack right here. Tended to want to separate, a 1/16 of an inch, but now it's too much, okay? So what I did another drill job and put a new hole in here. You can see how this screw here holds this board, but this end out here was just floating because of the crack here. So I drew it together with a pipe clamp, thanks to my buddy Andrew, and drilled another hole, countersunk it, got a screw in there, got that nice and tight. Now we still have this little bit of damage here. I do have that piece in a drawer. I can't glue it today because I can't get the clamp behind the leg. So that's a 2-minute job, and you don't need to be bothered with that. So what I've decided I want to do is to just shore up the bottom of that chair. Now I cut out a piece of wood, and I took cardboard to get my curvature here, and this is going to fit in here like so. Nice and tight. And I think that's going to look real good, and that's going to give my legs a little something extra, the screws for the legs, a little something extra to bite into. Got my tolerances nice and tight. So what we're going to do is just Gorilla Glue this thing out of its mind. And we'll get that started right now. Drop my rubber gloves. I always carry rubber gloves in my pocket because I never know what I'm going to get into around here. We're just going to get this board nice and wet so that the glue activates the way it ought to. Give it every chance to do its best. This is the rough side of the plywood. It's a piece of 1/4-inch plywood. And I figured those little indentations will give that glue a place to expand into. Oh, too much of the good stuff. These little indentations will give that glue a place to expand into, and it should grip just that much better. When you see the way I'm going to clamp this thing down, I don't think we're going to have any worries about this board ever moving again. I feel sorry for the next guy that tries to take this chair apart, really. Okay, so that is ready to roll. And we've got the Gorilla Glue. And I'm just gonna if I use the rest of this container, that's okay. They say this stuff expands, I believe, 4 times its original volume when it cures. Now that is gonna draw everything together, I'm fairly confident. And, so, I even figured out how to slide this in and preserve the gum. Remember the gum? There we are. Now, I'm going to move you back just a little bit. And I need to go get a little clamp. And we can bring this back to a less invasive level. There we go. You notice my car jack under holding that thing up? Jack stand. Those things are handy. Okay, now we'll see if this will work. Put this little clamp on here. Wow. Okay. And that is the end of this footnote of Project Chair. We're going to let that sit. It don't matter. At least a day. Because that brick's heavy enough, I don't feel like lifting it off anytime soon. I got to get Andrew's clamp back to him. But I'll call him tonight and get an extension till tomorrow. So anyway, thanks for being with me. And this is the final, well, not the final because we still got the putty and stuff to do, but this is the final repair. Anyway, you all have a great evening. I'm gonna go get on the lawnmower. This is Tom signing off, Project Chair, Footnote.